In this video, we will go over the GUI for the visualization tools. This GUI can visualize relationships and categorical data in a dynamic and user-friendly way. First, this GUI requires a CSV as the file input. For simplicity's sake, we're using the Connell table created after parsing the newspaper articles corpus in the sample data folder of the NLP suite. For those of you who are new to the NLP suite, the Connell file is the main CSV file created after parsing a document or corpus. The NLP suite also offers other ways to visualize your outputs. You can select this button to check out these options, which include word clouds and HTML annotators. Now, if you wish to visualize relationships between data categories in your CSV files, you can select the Visualize Relations box. There are two options, Gephi and Sankey. We can select Gephi to create an interactive network analysis graph. The Gephi graph takes three variables under the CSV file field, and you can select the data columns from your CSV that you wish to include in the Gephi network. The first becomes the first node of the Gephi graph, the second is the edge of the Gephi graph, and the third variable is the third node of the Gephi graph. I'm going to select the form, which is going to be node 1, and then click plus. We can see it shows up in this gray box here. And next I select the POS, the part of speech, which is going to become the edge. And next I'm going to select the DEPREL, or the dependency relations, and that is going to be our last variable. And see, we have that pop up there. Alright, there's also an option to create a dynamic graph where you would add in a date or sentence ID. However, in this current release, it's disabled. Now we can click run and see our output open in Gephi. We can see now we have an output in Gephi. I selected the Fruchterman-Reingold layout, and then you can just choose to run it. There's a lot more that you can do with Gephi, but that's a topic for another video.
If you now go back to the page we were on before, instead of choosing Gephi, you can go ahead and choose Sankey. Once you choose Sankey, you have to choose two things, again, that you want to visualize. So we're going to go, first reset this. I'm going to pick form, add it to the list, pick lemma, and add it to the list as well. Then under Sankey parameters, we can select the maximum number of categories for each variable. We only have two variables over here, form and lemma. So we'll go with 5 for 1, and we'll stay with 10 for 2. The rest of the parameters are not relevant for Sankey, so we can hit run. Over here, we have our output. Once you open up the file, this is how it looks. We didn't remove stop words, so this is not easily interpretable, but one more thing I would like to call your attention to is you can hover over each of the segments and see the source and target.
If you wish to visualize categorical data, you have two options, Sunburst and Tree Map. We can select Sunburst to create an interactive pie chart that is organized into hierarchical sections. Now we can select how we want to organize our Sunburst chart. While the case-sensitive option is not available in this release, there are still many ways to customize your graph. Under the file name label part, you'll need to select identifiers in the metadata of your corpus file names. For instance, if your corpus had documents from 2005, 2006, and 2008, and that was included in their file name, you could simply type 2005, 2006, 2008 in the file name label part. Alright, and so now that we've put in the file name label parts, we're going to select the CSV file as the part of speech. And then under the Sunburst parameters, we can add in how we want our data to be split. The first K and last K options are the number of sentences at the beginning and end of each document that we want to include for our analysis. Alternatively, you can select the split documents in equal halves if you want to visualize the differences between the first half and second half of your documents. Note that you can only select these options if your output file has a sentence ID and document ID section in the CSV. If you don't have these options or just want to keep your graph simple, simply select the Do Not Split Documents option. That's what we're going to select for today, and now we're just going to click Run. Alright, and here we have the results of our Sunburst pie chart.
Alternatively, instead of Starburst, you have the option over here to select Tree Map as an option. So keeping the exact same file name label / parts as the last time, and the same CSV file field, part of speech, we now go down onto this row, which is Tree Map parameters. You have the option over here to select a numerical variable to improve the tree map chart, but in this case, we're not going to be doing that. Once we have all of this put in, we hit run. And over here we have our tree map displayed. These are the names we put in that we typed out, and we have all the parts of speech over here. We hope this video made it clear how to use the special visualization tools in the NLP suite. Please consult the tips files and the help buttons if you have further questions.